wide area packet-switched network in which each host acts as a client server. The Internet consists of several connected components. Backbone, the high-bandwidth, high-speed data communication lines between supporting hosts or nets. Nets, groups of hardware and communication software dedicated to maintaining communication with other nets. Each net has a high-speed data connection to at least two other nets. Internet Service Providers, or ISPs. The companies that maintain host computers which have access into the Internet. Many online service providers, such as MSN, AOL, and CompuServe, act as ISPs by providing Internet access for their subscribers. Hosts, the client-server computers through which most users experience their interaction with the Internet. Actually, each component of the Internet is considered a host. Even a router is considered a host. Each host has a unique Internet Protocol, IP, address. Before we see how hosts communicate on the Internet, let's review how computers communicate on a simple local area network, or LAN. In the simplest network, you have two computers and a data connection. The computers communicate by sending what is called a frame across the data connection. A frame is the unit of data that travels between hosts on a specific network. A frame consists of two sections, the frame header and the frame data. The frame header contains the location of the physical address as well as other network data. The frame data area contains a datagram. To make sure that the computers can interpret the data in a frame, the computers use a common communication protocol. The communication protocol used by the Internet is IP, the Internet Protocol. The IP datagram consists of two parts. The datagram header, which contains the source and destination IP addresses, along with other information, and the datagram data area, which can contain user data protocol, UDP, transmission control protocol, TCP, or other packet information. These packets contain additional session information as well as the actual data. Computers can also communicate with computers outside of the LAN. LAN-to-LAN communication is considered a wide area network, or WAN. Routers and gateways provide the connection between different LANs. If the LANs are the same type, a router is commonly used. If the LANs are different, gateways are used to translate the frames to the appropriate frame format. The data is still transferred in a frame. When a gateway receives a frame, the gateway uses the address information in the datagram header to determine the target location of the data. The gateway then repackages the datagram in the correct frame format for the next LAN. The data may cross several LANs before reaching the final destination. The Internet is considered a topology-independent LAN. This independence from various LAN topologies is accomplished by using IP as the common protocol. The IP datagram header contains a simple 4-octet address that identifies each unique machine. When a frame is sent from one host, it is processed by the ISP. The ISP's gateway uses the IP address to determine the final location. This address information also determines how the frame is routed through the Internet. The ISP's gateway uses the final net location to determine the best route for the frame to use. However, if the next net along it is not available or is too busy, an alternate route may be dynamically selected. Once the frame is sent, each net that receives the frame repeats this process, rerouting the frame whenever necessary. This procedure repeats until the frame reaches the target destination. Different frames may take different routes, even though they may contain information from the same file or message. The data is reassembled at the target. If an error occurs during the routing, such as when the selected route has a transmission problem that corrupts the frame, an internet-controlled message protocol